What you want? What you want?
What is up, guys? Master King JC here, back again to give y'all weekly One Piece, Naruto, Toriko, and Beelzebub chapter reviews. So let's start with One Piece. This week's One Piece chapter. I really enjoyed this week's chapter. We left off from last week. Shirahoshi, he's trying to run away from Noah, which is still following her, and it was hitting against Fishman Island, and the bubble was about to pop. But Shirahoshi, she got outside of the bubble. Now she's in the ocean, and meanwhile Sanji shoots Luffy like at the chains to towards Noah, so he could stop Decken. And Holy Jones is also on the way up there too. So we're looking at a possible three-way battle. At least we thought we were looking at a possible three-way battle. I'll tell y'all this: the last page of this chapter, I did not see that coming at all. So y'all already know what it is. Holy Jones stabs Decken through the torso, and he just says, you know, what will happen to the ship if you die, Decken? I'm like, whoa! Holy Jones just stabbed Decken. Now I was thinking Decken was gonna be the big bad in this arc, but it looks like he may be out of commission. I mean, he just got stabbed through the torso with a three-pronged trident. I mean, there's no possible way he could survive that. I mean, yeah, we've seen a lot of people get stabbed, impaled in One Piece, and they survive. But this is like a fucking trident, and it's like right through his torso. If he somehow survives that, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be, you know, this suspense of disbelief. Yeah, Decken might die. I mean, that'd be an interesting twist if Decken ends up dying. And this week's Naruto chapter. Naruto to the rescue, faces off against the old Raikage. He tries to hit him with his Rasen's shuriken, but the old Raikage, he's too fast, man. He dodged it like 2 times, and then Naruto finally got him with 1 hit, and it didn't leave a scratch. And then the Raikage does this like 3-finger lightning attack, and like jams through the Earthbender's protective walls, and it's like it reminds me of something, but I can't remember what. He just goes like, just jams right through the fucking wall with that shit. Everybody is getting owned from that one attack. And this guy says, oh, the old Raikage had the most strongest protective body in like the ninja world. But then Naruto notices the lightning scar on his chest. And he's like, how did he get that scar? Like, oh, he got it when he faced off against the 8 Tails. So Naruto gets an idea, and he decides to use the Tail Beast Bomb. But we don't know if it's going to work or not. It's probably going to backfire, but we'll see what happens with that. Cause last time we saw, he didn't really like perfect it last time. But we're gonna see how it turns out next chapter. And overall, this chapter was decent. It was decent. Only part I liked was the Raikage owning niggas with that fucking lightning finger stab. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, so in this week's chapter of Toriko, go to this island, which is like made of like complete garbage and rotting food scraps. And we see like these like dead animals and old foods and stuff fall from the sky and land on the island. And it's caused by like this giant round thing, which is the Bishokukai dining kitchen. In this chapter, we're introduced to the aid of the executive chief, Nacini. I think I pronounced his name correct, Nacini. And we're reintroduced to Tommy Rod. I fucking hate Tommy Rod. Y'all know I fucking hate Tommy Rod, but we see him again. He's looking completely whacked out and psycho as ever. And we see Stajun again, and we learn that they're trying to like capture different chefs from around the world to help to help them like create meals for when they go to the gourmet world. And they mention like a whole bunch of big name chefs. They mention National Treasure Setsuno, Cooking King Zaz, Trade King Yuta, Ramen Master Karakage, Oil Master Wabutara, all these guys, all these legendary chefs who are like known throughout the entire world. And meanwhile, we see Komatsu is like hanging out with an old friend of his who actually got into the top 100 top chefs thing in the Gourmet Monthly magazine. And you know they were best buds a while ago, but they had had a little bit of a falling out. So you know it's cool to see introduce his character who is has a history with Komatsu. So yeah, overall this Toriko chapter was really good. We got some more info about what's happening with the Bushukai and what their plans are, what their current goals are. And we also got some interesting backstory with Komatsu also. And this week's Beelzebub chapter was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. Yo, I just want to put out one thing. One of these guys, one of these Pillar Squad guys looks like fucking Wolverine. Except he has like a scar and he's more taller and shit, and he has those gills. But without that, he looks like fucking Wolverine. Look at him. What's his name? Basilisk. He looks exactly like Wolverine, almost exactly like him, except for the scars and stuff. But yeah, this was hilarious, man. We got the Akumano High School, and you got this new teacher who's like working. He's like, oh, it's my first day of job. I want to stay at school. He sees, and he's with the demons, and it's like a whole bunch of comedy shit happens. It's fucking hilarious. He's like, what's a pillar head? I'm a pillar head. And he does like some crazy stuff where he's hanging out the window and jumping out the door. It's fucking, this was a hilarious chapter. And we see Hilda again. She's still alive. I knew she was alive. I knew I knew that. She's being held captive. And we also see Olga, and he's like, and I think he just left from training with Senjuro, so we didn't see like what his training was, but from what it looks like, it was pretty brutal. Yeah, so this week's chapters were pretty good. They were really good this week. I had some laughs, I had some surprises, all that stuff. I had some awesome shit happening. So yes, give me your thoughts on this week's One Piece, Naruto, Toriko, and Beelzebub chapter, and I will see you guys next week. So keep on keeping on. Peace.